So Krishna explained what samadhi is. And like I explained last time, sometimes it's always translated in Sanskrit books. Samadhi means self-realization. But Krishna here is explaining to us what samadhi really, really means. It means a level of happiness, which it has no ending, right? And every one of us, we are all pleasure seekers. I don't think you can find one human on this planet who will say, I am not looking for happiness. Everyone is looking for happiness. The way they go about it, that's different, because some people are controlled by the mode of tamas. What they get happiness from is from a lower mode, killing a living entity. Some people get happiness from the mode of passion, right? Eating spicy food. Some people, so the way we go about it depends on what mode is controlling us. Some people get happiness from the mode of goodness. Do something in charity, save the whales, save the plant, the eco village. That means they're getting happiness through the mode of goodness. So every one of us is a pleasure seeker. So then Krishna says, when you reach samadhi, all that desire to be happy will be fulfilled. And it won't end because it's beyond the three modes of nature. It's beyond goodness, passion, and darkness. So when we get to that samadhi state, something comes along with it. When in that happy state, what do you see? You start to see God in everyone's hearts. And you start to see God. Not only that, but you start to see all the universe. You start to see, oh, we're within God's universal form. Mantra 30 tonight. Krishna is continuing the same trend of philosophy. Krishna says, Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamayi pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sa chamena pranashyati. Krishna says, for one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. So when Krishna is from the previous mantra, Krishna says here now that if you develop this level of equal vision, it means you will be able to see God everywhere, constantly. And God will be able to see you constantly. Right? So there's always the philosophy or the question, right? The disciple went to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's guru, and the disciple went to him. Before he was initiated, he went and he met this amazing guru, and he challenged Bhaktisiddhanta. He says, can you show me God? I want to see God. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati used this mantra right here to answer him. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said, don't try and see God. He said, don't waste your time trying to see God. He said, act in a way that God sees you. And so the disciple was blown away. Whoa! Because we're so egoistic, right? The condition, false ego. Krishna says in this chapter, our material thoughts, materials that come from false ego. So the false ego is very challenging. So Bhaktisiddhanta purified this pure soul, purified his consciousness amazingly. I want, if you are this big famous guru that everyone is speaking about, can you show me God? Right? If you can't show me God, you're not this big guru that everyone is speaking about. And Bhaktisiddhanta understood his false ego was active. So Bhaktisiddhanta quoted this mantra and said, don't waste your time trying to see God. He said, act in a way that God sees you. And when he said it, the person's whole consciousness got purified. And then he understood that, wow, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was so evolved that he understands it's a two-way thing. It's not one way. Every one of us want to see God, but also God wants to see us too. It's a two-way thing. Love is a two-way thing, right? So we can see in this dimension, if you love someone, you do activities which please that person reciprocates with you. So when it comes to spirituality, it's the same thing. Don't for 1 second, don't think that God doesn't have eyes, right? God is watching us. God is seeing us. The only reason we have eyes is because the creator who created this universe has two beautiful eyes. Not only that, but the Vedas goes on to say that God's senses are multi-changeable. We are not God. So our senses are limited. So with our eyes, we can only do one activity. So our senses are powerful, but they're limited. So the Vedas, Vyasadeva writes, the creator of our senses have these senses, but in the spiritual form. So when you meet God, and if any one of you do before me, please send your blessings my way. When you meet God, God can see with his eyes. He can also taste with his eyes. He can also hear with his eyes because he's the creator of the senses. So with God, with his ears, we can only hear. But with God's sense, he can see with his ears. He can taste with his ears. So that's the power of God.